G'day mateys. So in my last video about case, I talked about this example here and the fact that we have a discontinuous noun phrase here, kujara ngara, two men. Now, when it comes to noun phrases in Pama-Nyungan languages and whether they can be discontinuous or not, that depends very much on case marking. And to be even more specific, it depends on where grammatical case markers are placed. And there are really two types of languages. On the one hand, there are the languages where only one constituent, one word in the noun phrase takes relevant grammatical case marker. In such languages, the noun phrase needs to be kept together, and the constituent taking the case marking is often the last word. Then there is the other type of Pama-Nyungan language, which Ngara belongs to, where all words of the noun phrase need to take relevant grammatical case suffix, like in the subject of this sentence here. Here we have ngonyingu marungulu. Ngonyi, the demonstrative for something that is far away, and marungu, man. And the two words take the relevant allomorphs, ergative allomorphs. See my video about ergative and locative allomorphs in Pama-Nyungan languages. So in these languages, noun phrases can be discontinuous. Obviously, this one isn't, but noun phrases can be and often are. The fact is that this is a fairly straightforward example, I think. It is a transitive clause with a complex verb. Nyandargori is gulping. We have the subject, that man, marked by ergative, and we have a direct object, wula, water, which is unmarked for case, which is to say that it occurs in its absolutive form. So that man is gulping water. Quite straightforward. Here, things get much more complicated, I would say. This is also a transitive clause. And we have a subject, ngaja, first person singular ergative, so I. We have a transitive verb in the future tense, kaman, will cook. So what will the speaker cook? Well, we have three more words that are scattered through this clause. First we have nyai jara. Nyai is the demonstrative for something that is close by, and jara the dual suffix. Compare the suffix jara to the numeral 2, kujara. Yes. And last in the clause we have the word purbala, which means food. These two words do not take an overt grammatical case, which is to be expected. They constitute the direct object, and they therefore occur in their absolutive forms. And the question is what this is. This is in fact the third person dual pronoun in its accusative form. And what is that doing here? Well, the fact that it is a dual pronoun is a hint that it belongs to the same noun phrase as nyai jara and purban. Another hint is that it is in its accusative form. So why would you want to have a pronoun in a noun phrase where a common noun is the head? That doesn't make sense. Well, it doesn't make sense in most languages, but it so happens that in many Pama-Nyungan languages, quite a large number of them, pronouns, the words that in other contexts function as pronouns, they are in fact employed to mark definiteness. So they occur in the same noun phrases as common nouns, where a common noun is the head, as an article. So this means these two types of food. What you get here is, of course, a mismatch of case marking patterns. These two words occurring in their absolutive forms, they take ergative absolutive case marking, and this word here taking nominative accusative case marking. In fact, case marking mismatches like this are quite common in Australian languages. Many Pama-Nyungan languages have a lot of person marking on the verbs. They mark both the person of the subject and the person of the direct object. And in such languages, it is common to find that while common nouns and names take ergative absolutive case marking, person markers on the verbs, they follow the nominative accusative case marking pattern. So there is a mismatch there. Here, the mismatch occurs within noun phrases. There isn't very much in the way of a person marking on ngara verbs. I will have reason to come back to pronouns being used as articles, as markers of definiteness, when I talk about the functions for which pronouns are used in Pama-Nyungan languages. That is something I will get back to. This is probably enough to chew on for today, so I will see you later.